Great video games are works of art. They make you feel joy or sadness, horror or illumination. Good video games are entertaining. They're exciting or amusing. Decent games are at least a good way to pass the time. Orc Attack, Flatulent Rebellion falls into none of those categories. The story of Orc Attack is simple. Humans have started polluting the orc homelands and the orcs rebel. This pollution has also caused the orcs to suffer from horrible flatulence because farting is funny, right? Unfortunately, this worthy topic is wasted since the humor doesn't come through in the hand-drawn stills and voiceover the game uses for cutscenes.
Tremendous flatulence.
Each of the 4 characters, Sir Sniff, Doc Turd, Friar Crap, and, no joking, Lord Poop, can summon either burbs or trouser trumpets that kill anyone in the area of effect. Any connoisseur of fart jokes is going to enjoy these deadly air biscuits, at least for the first 100 uses, but they quickly turn into just another combat mechanic, and it's one that's not really fun or even very impressive.
Master Muck taught our heroes how to control their sphincters.
If you find Australian bugles disgusting in a bad way, you can switch from flatulence to the cleaner and more generic magic. Either way, once you've moved beyond the game's gaseous theme, it's really just a basic brawler. You'll fight swarms of enemies using light and heavy attacks and a couple of simple combos. Each time an attack lands, it not only does damage, but also knocks down the target. All of the attacks are slow and deliberate, which gives combat a sluggish and sloppy feel. There are a few non-combat tasks found in the game. The simple jumping doesn't really fit the description of platforming, and since there's no camera control, you'll sometimes find yourself jumping somewhere off-screen, and you might have been off-screen to begin with. In certain places, a gorilla-like dance will lower bridges and activate stone pillars, though it's not clear if these magic pillars actually do anything. The game sports 4-player co-op, which would be the game's saving grace if it worked properly. The addition of even one additional player causes the already poor frame rate to stutter badly. It's hard to see your character with all the enemies and players flailing around the screen, but it doesn't even really matter since the attacks are so basic and the combat's so careless, you don't need to see what's going on. Online co-op has its own set of problems, including long wait times to join a group and the same frame rate issues as offline co-op. Playing the game is extremely simple, but there are still some basic RPG elements with the ability to pick up experience and money from fallen enemies. 4 stats can be leveled up, and new weapons will occasionally become available in the overworld store. All of it works, but it's so bare bones, if it were any simpler, it wouldn't exist. The game's bosses are a breath of slightly less polluted air. From robots to snowmen, they're creative and each one is different. Just like in old school games, attack patterns have to be analyzed and the boss's weaknesses found and exploited. These grander fights are somewhat interesting, but it doesn't feel like they've got the fine-tuning that makes a good boss fight truly enjoyable. In the end, the gassy theme of Orc Attack Flatulent Rebellion exists only to draw attention away from the game itself. A game that just isn't worth your time.